Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that's at the heart of parenting: how we praise our kids. We all do it, right? Our child does something amazing, and our automatic response is "good job" or "you're so smart." It feels natural, it feels loving. But what if I told you that this kind of praise, while well-intentioned, could actually be undermining your child's confidence and their ability to trust themselves? Stick with me, because this small shift in how we talk to our kids can have a massive impact on their development. So, what's the problem with "good job"? It seems harmless enough. The issue is that this kind of praise is a form of external validation. It's an evaluation. It tells our child that their worth, their success, is dependent on our judgment. We become the arbiters of what is good and what isn't. Over time, a child who is constantly praised this way can become a praise junkie. They start doing things not for the joy of the activity itself or for their own sense of accomplishment, but to get that "good job" from us. They look to us for approval, asking, "Is this good?" or "Did I do it right?" This erodes their internal compass, their ability to trust their own judgment and feel proud of their own efforts. They learn to outsource their self-worth. Think about it. When a child is learning to walk, they fall down, get back up, and try again, hundreds of times. They aren't doing it for a round of applause. They're driven by an internal motivation to master a skill. They feel the accomplishment in their own bodies. Our job as parents is to nurture that internal drive, not replace it with a need for our approval. When we constantly label their actions as good or bad, right or wrong, we are essentially teaching them to stop listening to their own inner voice and to listen to ours instead. This can lead to kids who are afraid to take risks, who fear making mistakes, and who are less resilient when faced with challenges because their confidence isn't rooted in themselves, but in the opinions of others. So, how do we break this cycle? How do we build genuine, rock-solid self-trust in our children? It comes down to making 3 simple but powerful switches in our language. The first switch is to move from general judgment to specific observation. Instead of saying "good job cleaning your room," try narrating what you see. You could say, "Wow, you put all your books back on the shelf and your stuffed animals are lined up on your bed." Or instead of "what a beautiful drawing," try, "I see you use so many colors in this picture. You have purple, green, and a bright yellow sun." This does a few things. First, it shows your child that you are truly paying attention to them and what they've done. You're not just tossing out a generic compliment. Second, it lets the child be the one to feel proud. When you describe what they did, they get to think, "Yeah, I did do that," and it feels good. The pride comes from within, not from your label. You're simply holding up a mirror to their accomplishment, and they get to be the judge of their own work. It's their moment, not yours. The second switch is to name the effort, not just the result. Our society is very outcome-focused, but the real learning and growth happen in the process. When a child builds a wobbly tower that falls over, our instinct might be to say, "Oh, too bad," or to try and fix it. Instead, let's praise the effort. You could say, "You worked on that tower for a long time. You were so focused on placing each block carefully." Or if they're struggling with a puzzle, you might say, "You're trying so many different pieces to see which one fits." You're not giving up. This teaches them that effort, persistence, and perseverance are what truly matter. It builds resilience. It sends the message that it's okay to struggle, it's okay to fail, because the trying is what we value. This helps kids develop a growth mindset, the belief that their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They learn to love challenges instead of fearing them. The third and final switch is to return ownership to the child. This is about asking questions that prompt them to reflect on their own experience. After they finish a drawing, instead of giving your opinion, you could ask, "What's your favorite part of your picture?" Or "Tell me about what you made here." When they show you a Lego creation, you might ask, "How did you get that piece to connect like that?" Or "What was the hardest part to build?" These questions put them in the driver's seat. They get to be the expert on their own work. It communicates that their thoughts, their process, and their feelings matter more than your evaluation. It encourages them to think critically about their own creations and to articulate their own sense of accomplishment. You're not just building their confidence, you're building their self-awareness and their ability to express themselves. Let's recap these 3 powerful switches. First, notice the specifics. Ditch the "good job" and instead say what you see. You put your shoes on all by yourself. Second, name the effort. Focus on the process, not just the product. You worked so hard to climb all the way to the top of the slide. And third, return ownership. Ask questions that encourage them to reflect on their work. What are you most proud of? I know this can feel a bit awkward at first. Saying good job is a deeply ingrained habit for many of us. It might feel like you're withholding praise, but you're not. You're replacing hollow, external praise with something much more meaningful, genuine connection and observation. You're not taking away the warmth. You're just changing how you express it. Start small. Try to catch yourself once or twice a day. Instead of good job, pause, take a breath, and try one of these strategies. Observe, name the effort, or ask a question. You will start to see a change. You'll see your child's face light up, not because you approved, but because they feel truly seen. You'll hear them start to say things like, "Look what I did. I worked really hard on this," without needing you to label it as good. This is how we help our children build a foundation of self-trust that will last a lifetime. We are teaching them that their worth is inherent, that their effort is valuable, and that they are the ultimate authority on their own accomplishments. We're raising kids who are not dependent on the praise of others, but who are resilient, self-motivated, and confident from the inside out. They will be better equipped to handle setbacks, more willing to take on challenges, and more secure in who they are. And isn't that what we all want for our kids? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found these ideas helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on mindful parenting. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you tried this approach? What challenges have you faced? Let's continue the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.